Global climate change. Write short note on the following. Radioactive forcing. Difference between climate change and climate variability. What are greenhouse gases? Explain the factors that affect the amount of energy flux received at the Earth's surface. Explain the natural causes of climate change. Explain the relationship between ozone and climate change. Write short note on the following: El Nino and La Nina. Monsoon dependent agriculture. What do you mean by urbanization? Explain the impact of urbanization on environment. What is desertification? Explain the causes of desertification. Write short notes on the following: Kyoto Protocol. Second is common but differentiate responsibilities. Discuss the silent feature of National Action Plan on Climate Change. Write a short note on the following: glacier melting and ozone acidification. Explain the impacts of climate change on biodiversity. Write a short note on the following. First is ecosystem based adaptation, second is bioenergy. Further question is, write short note on the following: climate education, extreme weather events. What is deforestation? Explain the impacts of deforestation on environment. Further question is, explain the global energy budget with a suitable diagram. Write short notes on the following: atmospheric window, atmospheric window, solar variation. Write a short note on following: El Nino and La Nina. Write a short note on the following: urban heat island effect and carbon sequestration. Sequestration. Write a short note on the following: climate during Precambrian and climate during Pleistocene. Pleistocene. What are the representative concentration pathways? Explain the representative concentration pathways. Further question is, write a short note on extreme heat and wildfires. Discuss the strategies to reduce greenhouse gas emissions from agriculture. Explain the climate change impacts of biological properties of ocean. Explain the causes and impacts of glacier melting. Write a short note on the following: community based adaptation and ecosystem based adaptation. Explain the energy perceptions for the climate education. Discuss the silent feature of Paris Agreement on climate change. Write the short note on the following: ocean acidification and timberline. Radioactive forcing. Radioactive forcing is a measure of influence that a factor such as greenhouse gases, aerosols, or changes in solar radiations has on the balance between incoming solar energy and outgoing infrared energy in the Earth's atmosphere. It is usually expressed in watts per square meter. Rad- Radiative forcing is an important concept in climate science because it helps explain changes in Earth's temperature and climate. Definition: radiative forcing Radiative forcing refers to the change in the net energy flux of the Earth atmosphere system caused by a particular factor when more energy enters the Earth system than leaves it. Warming occurs when more energy leaves than enters. Cooling occurs. Type of radiative forcing. Positive radiative forcing. Positive forcing occurs when a factor causes the Earth to absorb more energy than it emits. This leads to an increase in global temperature. Examples: carbon dioxide, methane, nitrogen oxide, chlorofluorocarbons. This greenhouse gases traps heat in the atmosphere and contribute to global warming. Negative radiative energy. Negative forcing occurs when a factors cause the Earth to lose more energy than it gains, leading to cooling. Example: volcanic aerosol, sulfate particles from industrial emission, increase cloud reflectivity. These factors reflect sunlight back into space and reduce the amount of heat absorbed by the Earth. Sources of radiative forcing. Greenhouse gases. It absorb and re-emit infrared radiation, preventing heat from escaping into space. Human activities such as burning fossil fuels, deforestation, and industrial forcing have increased greenhouse gas concentration, resulting in strong positive radiative forcing. Aerosol. Aerosol are tiny particles suspended in the atmosphere. Some aerosols reflect sunlight and cool the earth, while others absorb sunlight and contribute to warming. Their overall effect is complex and varies by type and location. Solar radiation. Variations in the sun's energy output can alter Earth's energy balance. Increased solar activity causes positivity forcing, while decreased activity causes negative forcing. Land use changes. Deforestation, urbanization, and agricultural activities can change the Earth's surface reflectivity. These changes may either increase or decrease radiative forcing depending on the circumstances. Importance of radiative forcing. Understanding climate change. It helps scientists determine the cause of global warming and climate variation. Climate modeling. Radiative forcing is used in the climate models to predict further temperature changes. Policy development. Governments use radiative forcing estimates to design strategies for reducing greenhouse gas emission. Environmental assessment. It helps evaluate the climatic impacts of natural and human include factors. Effect on environment. Rising global temperature, melting glacier and polar ice caps, sea level rise, changes in rainfall patterns, increased frequency of extreme weather events, impact on ecosystem, agriculture, and human health. Conclusion. Radiative forcing is a key concept in climate science that describe how various natural and human-made factors affects Earth energy balance. Positive forcing leads to warming, while negative forcing leads to cooling. Understanding the radiative forcing is essential for assessing climate change predicting future environmental conditions and developing effective mitigation strategies. Thank you.